Yeah, we lost everything. Very annoying. Due to a power outage, of course. Of course. Just the entire world is launching every bullshit mechanism in its power. I think we might have... Only if there's a biome that I like nearby. Mainly a desert. Otherwise, it's just not worth it. Such a good biome too. I had such a good world. Very sad. Everything was going so smoothly. And then I got fucked over by a skeleton that spawned 5 meters away from me. And I lost my hatchet because of a power outage. Forest biome. It's not really worth it. Hate to be that guy. It's a nice biome. I do like this biome, but it's bordering a forest. We don't like that. If it was bordering plains, I might think differently. Island seed. Beach. Snow. I hate snow. See, I got fucked over, which is very annoying. Happens a lot, you'll realize. Once you get to bed, you can kind of like sleep through the night and avoid mobs. Desert, jungle, no, can't do that. Another island seed. Do not like that biome. It's mediocre, it's not good, it's not bad. Now it's kind of bordering 2 shitty biomes, which means I'm not going to get a desert. Okay, yes, this will do. This is kind of the same as last run. Chickens, I love chickens. Just kidding, I hate them. So yeah, that sucks. That sucks. But there's nothing we can do, so we just have to take it on the chin and go again. Dude, what? I was literally right, like, critting him right next to him, and it would not give me any damage. That was so weird. So odd. So peculiar. Okay, 8 food. We need more. Bro, I don't want chickens. Why are there so many chickens? Look at all of those chickens that we don't want. Chicken die? What the fuck happened? Dude, it's all chickens. I don't like chickens. Fuck off with the chickens. Chickens suck. Okay. Chicken bad. Sun is setting already. And we have barely any food. We have barely any food. And the sun is already setting. Dude, press Z. Fuck. Oh, it's actually rising. I'm an idiot. We're going, rises in the east, so we're going eastward. There's no mobs anywhere. There's 0 mobs. This entire massive biome, no mobs. 0 mobs. 0 food. Oh, there's a cow way the fuck up here. I can't even reach it. Thank you, game. I was jumping and draining on my hunger. Get on the ground! He's got a gun. Pig shit his pants and ran way the fuck over here. Okay, we're gonna get these 2 pigs and then we're gonna think about shelter. Bastard. I love climbing hills. Massive, ridiculous hills. I can't even get up. I have to fucking mine this block. Oh, it's torture. Oh, it's torture. The horror. The horror. Cow's too far away. Is it? Okay, let's first carve out this hole in the wall. Although it gives mobs protection from the sun. Is there a better hole? Same problem as before. It offers protection from mobs outside my door. Okay, it is getting kind of late. We're just gonna take the one on the cliff up there. It's gonna be our best chance. Whew. That would be nice. I don't know if it's... Ooh. That one would not do. No, we're just gonna take the one up there. It's gonna be the best. This one right here. How do we get in there? Yeah, how do we get to it? For real though. There we go. Drop down from above. Yeah, no, this is a perfect spot. It's a great spot. Copper nugget already. Crazy. What? How did it turn to a grass block if it's not exposed to the sun? I didn't even know that was possible. I like to mine this, because mobs might pathfind to me. I don't think they can, but they could, I guess. There. Good spot to hang out. Our goal, once again, to get an entire piece of flint. So that's 4 chips. And then we have the desert that we're bordering. Yeah, I had a power outage. What the fuck? I lost an entire run because of that. Look at Steve mining. Look at Steve mining. Alright, let's put on some Undead Chronic while we're waiting. Just while we're fucking around.
It's like an onion. John Marshall with a typical millennial Gen X. This ain't it, chief. Okay, John Marshall. Good video. Maybe you would have watched the entire video. You might have realized it's not all about sex. Yeah, she's not talking about sex. Shoe on Head is talking to nice guys on how to get relationships. It doesn't work. Why would you take advice on a woman on how to date a woman? Unless she's a lesbian. But even then, you're going for a completely different set of women, right? So, where's the disconnect here? I'm telling you, if you can get sex with a chick, she'll probably date you. And the advice that Shoe on Head gave, it might get sex, it might get relationships, but my advice is much better. Count Dooku, they fuck bad guys who dominate. Her boyfriend is a fat, ugly nerd, though. Couple things here. First of all, Armored Skeptic, you're getting roasted in these comments. They're like, Shoe on Head doesn't fuck bad boys. She's fucking a fat, ugly, retarded nerd with only one testicle. Man, I'm not sure I'd roast you that bad. I probably would. But Count Dooku saying that her, Shoe on Head is like having sex in a relationship with a nice guy. I never said every single woman.
He's also not a nice guy.
I'm just saying the majority of sex that guys get, the guys are assholes because they do the most of the fucking, right? It's the 80-20 rule, Count Dooku. But you wouldn't really understand that. So next comment. It's funny that she levels with both guys and gals about an epidemic and ways to resolve it. Yet you're here getting upset because she said it's not enough to be nice. I used to be a devout MGTOW follower. I'm gonna call that bullshit. But I left because it's literally the male version of feminism. Okay, 100% bullshit.
Gay argument.
Honestly, it's a girls only want Chads and Brads and guys with money wine group. I mean, we're all talking statistics. When I say girls only want to fuck the bad boys, I'm talking about the majority of girls who give sex easily, right? I'm sure, if you're an Islamic country, they're not going to fuck the bad boy. They're going to fuck whoever they get sold to, right? So, again, that's wrong what you're trying to say. They always try to straw man, they go, Undead Chronic thinks that girls only fuck guys over 6 foot. It's like, no, I never said that. But talking about an epidemic, a nice guy epidemic, you know who that's gonna affect, Mr. Freeze? It's not gonna affect the nice guys. It's gonna affect the spotted out, smurfed up roasties who can't get a man because they got run through by hundreds of fraternity men. You are absolutely fucked if you think you can't be in a relationship if you aren't nice. The person you are responding to is engaged to a fucking really nice dude.
He also isn't.
It's the same thing. But I'm sure he's nice to her. But if you want to get pussy, being nice is the worst way to go about doing it. These people, it's just incels projecting their own virginity on me. It's kind of weird. Weird to see a dude this whiny and salty also act like he's a badass, LOL. Wow, Shu, you really sent the best for me, didn't you? And the funny thing is, this isn't like, these people don't represent Shoe on Head's,
I thought Brittany Venti did a good job demolishing Shu,
I'm ironically. They followed her on Twitter.
I don't like Brittany Venti, but
she tweeted out my video. They were the first ones to get triggered about it. That gamer says, I agree with this video. Shoe on Head, more accurately Jacob before he transitioned, is abusing men to try and distance himself from his gender. Don't let him fool you. Hey, Shoe on Head, I'm gonna assume that you're a female. Because
that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. That's really funny.
I can't. This is hilarious. This is a great turn of events. Okay, Teddy here. Oh, we changed his profile picture because I roasted him about it. Oh, let's see it. I'm gonna end it after responding to Teddy here because, well, this is just perfectly encapsulates the type of white knights who will simp for people like Shoe on Head. You disagree with anything that their idols say or preach about, they will come after you. And here's what he says. I started hemorrhaging brain cells from 4:53 on. Like, good lord, this entire video was embarrassing, dude. A little advice if you want to get laid. I wish you guys could see his face before. He's a fat little fuck. Your first step is to stop doing this. Because right now, it looks like all the sexual partners you had wear helmets to bed. So he's making fun of mentally disabled people. He doesn't know what hemorrhaging means. And that, as a scientist, that really pisses me off.
Hemorrhaging
So I gotta
means
call out the little bitch about it.
bleeding of brain
I
cells.
said, you can't hemorrhage brain cells. By the look of the picture, you shouldn't be insulting those with intellectual disabilities. And that must have hurt. Little bitch changed his picture. He says, hemorrhage is a term often used to describe losing something in a painful and sometimes fast manner. While it is originated from hemorrhaging blood, it is also used to describe losing money very quickly. Just like how my brain leaks out of my ears listening to your arguments. So, let's respond to this. You can hemorrhage money, but do you know why? You know, it's like the actual definition is you're losing blood from a ruptured vessel. But if you're hemorrhaging money, you're losing the money. It's not destroyed. If a business hemorrhages money, it's not bringing in profits. Now let's talk about hemorrhaging brain cells, right? Your brain cells are destroyed. What happens when a neuron is destroyed in the brain? It doesn't hemorrhage, you dumb shit, okay? There's a reason you have a blood-brain barrier. It's like a wall, a glorious wall around your brain that keeps all the inhalants, hopefully, that you've been sucking on, out. And so if something as big as a neuron dies inside the brain, the whole damn thing isn't gonna come out. You should have said, my brain cells are dying. But instead, you use a shitty-ass analogy of hemorrhage. So, yeah. And he says, oh, so you didn't read my comment. Good luck finding a woman without a carer. Oh, man. These simps are giving me too much fun. If you guys want to see a more thorough takedown of this situation, just let me know in the comments. I'm going to have time this weekend. I got to get back to some good old synthetic biology, though. It's been Undead Chronic. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
A world where freedom itself is under attack.
All right. Yeah, attacking MGTOW, cringe, 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 cringe. I've never really heard any good arguments against MGTOW. All they say is, well, the mindset's not good. But what, and that's debatable, but that's different from they're wrong, right? The arguments MGTOW make are correct. This whole, like, if you want to get in a relationship with a girl, you need to be nice to her. This is not really helpful advice. Besides, men don't just want to be in a relationship, they want sex. And so the reason you can't ever really... The reason you can't take relationship advice from women is because the priorities for men are fundamentally different. And women don't understand the kinds of things that men want in terms of relationships. Because let's say I take all of Shoe On Head's advice about how to be nice and how to have a healthy relationship. What if she decides not to give me sex? What if she decides to cheat on me? What if my priorities are different than just having a healthy relationship? I mean, healthy relationship might be nice, but men also want sex. And so giving advice on how to treat a woman nicely once you're in a relationship it's also just a misunderstanding of the problem. Most men are not in relationships thinking, how can I keep my woman from being upset with me? In the relationship, they're thinking, how can I attract the woman in the first place and get her to not reject me? Get her to accept me. That's a completely different question. So it misunderstands the problem because it assumes that men and women just have the exact same type of problem. They don't. Men are struggling to get women to not reject them. That is the... or find them attractive. That's the advice most men need. And if you ask why do men need all this advice on how to be attractive and how to attract women? The answer is hypergamy. Hypergamy in the West has caused women to massively inflate their standards and sense of self-worth, meaning you have to work much harder as a man in order to attract women. So this is the nature of the problem for most men, is actually getting women to even want to have anything to do with them in the first place. Not how do I treat her nice, not how do I make her feel comfortable and happy, not how do I communicate. These are all, there's prior order things that needs to be addressed first. Namely, men are struggling to even get into a relationship in the first place. And this is completely neglected by people like Shu. Women. Fundamentally, women don't know anything about how to actually attract a woman. They don't know. They don't know how to turn an incel into a Chad. They don't know. And for them, it would ruin the mystique of the attractive man if they knew that the attractive man might have started out as an incel and he took some methodical praxis to actually become attractive. That would ruin their understanding of masculinity for them. So they never give advice on that, and that's what actually you need to do, is you need to say, listen up, men. Women are hypergamous. That means they have very high standards that your grandfather didn't have to really do. There's multiple reasons for this. One is the sexual revolution. Women have decoupled sex from commitment. So now, if there's no commitment involved, necessarily, then we have women who are going to charge a much higher asking price in order for sex if there's no guarantee of a long-term marital commitment. This has become the status quo, and actually achieving a monogamous, virginal relationship with a woman is just not really on the table. And let's say there is a virgin. Okay, well, she's going to be surrounded by friends who are likely not virgins. She's going to be born into a culture that inflates women's standards beyond what they should be. So even the virgin woman is going to have very high standards for you. And you can whine and complain, right? Valid complaint. I would not even fault you for complaining because it's a legitimate grievance. Legitimate grievance. However, what are you going to do about it? The solution is you just have to work twice as hard. Or you can give up. It's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. You can shoot your local politician if you so desire. If you are not committed to shooting your local politician and you don't want to die alone, then you just simply have to work twice as hard. And it's true, your grandfather didn't have to do what you did. Your grandfather had it very easy. However, putting all that into perspective, you do have a much easier job than most of your ancestors. The game may be unfair, but it is still much better than anything your ancestors would have had to deal with. Fighting wild animals, manual labor for everything, hard to get food. Alright, it's getting dark. Let's break. Okay, I need a gravel place to mine into. Dude, there's nothing. Are you serious? Ah, frick. Okay. What about this cave? Will this cave suffice? It's a pretty wide cave. Is this one going to be better? I think so. Not by much. There we go. Alright, perfect. And what, yeah, okay, now that works. We have one block to work with, okay. But yeah, I think once you compare it to, well, yeah, it kind of sucks, but compared to what your grandfather had to deal with, or no, compared to what your ancestors before your grandfather had to deal with, this is still much easier. Much more preferable. So I wouldn't despair, I wouldn't give up. But yeah, generally you can't really glean much from women when they give you dating advice. Because they don't understand the culture. And they don't really understand what actually makes them attracted. Women don't even really like talking. At least it's a creeper. A creeper I can manage. There we go. That was a good test to see if we would actually be able to get anything. We didn't, but... So yeah, that's the real advice men need to know, is the reason you're failing is not because you're not nice or you're too nice. It's that women are not attracted to you. And women are not pressured by... we have a two-person economy. And a much more individualistic economy, meaning that the method for survival in today's economy does not necessitate a family. So you don't have to start a family in order to economically survive anymore. You can kind of just work a job and live in an apartment, and everything is more or less fine. The economic prosperity of the West has made it so that women are less pressured to commit on the basis, or accept a man on the basis of the economy, which is where the whole "I don't need no man" comes from. Feminism has also normalized women working and being boss babes and all that. So that means women don't need to commit to you because you work a job or because you're smart or XYZ. The government and corporations, the private sector, has outsourced a lot of the traditionally male responsibilities and roles out to the private sector, into the government. So normally if your woman had a car, she needed you to actually look at the car, what's wrong with it, fix it. She needed a husband to help with things around the house. Now she can just hire a plumber with the wage that she earns. Everything's done by corporations, by the government, the education system, public services, companies. We also live in a globalized society, so women have a lot more options to pick from, and that can inflate their standards and expectations. So before, they used to live in local small communities where they only really had maybe 5 different men to pick from that were within their age range, that they didn't hate, that weren't ugly or whatever. And so that humbled their expectations a lot. But now we have social media apps, we have large cities where women can sample hundreds of different men to inflate their standards. Finally, sex outside of marriage has been normalized. So that's been a fairly normalized part of our culture, the traditional patriarchal roles that would keep women chaste, keep women from simply pursuing casual sex, have been eroded. No patriarchy anymore. But ultimately, women don't need men for commitment. Women don't need it. Women don't need you for your paycheck, and they don't need you for doing things. A lot of society's been automated, and this hurts the private sector in terms of jobs men can work, but it kind of limits the usefulness of men, because traditionally there'd be a lot of hard things. Reality was hard to navigate and do. Tools were clunky, they'd break down a lot, they required physical labor. A lot of that has been removed by the comfort that a modern society has provided. That means women have this I don't need no man attitude. It means they don't need you as much as they would have historically. I mean, they still need men because they're relying on the society, they're relying on the state and the private sector, which are predominated by men. So when they say I don't need no man, it's a bit absurd. What they're really saying is I don't need a husband, I have the state and corporations, and they can fix my car, they can build my house for me and do repairs. Even women's salaries, in my opinion, are probably not real for the most part. Women's salaries are resultant of a, I believe, oppressive system that takes men's wages and gives it to women through these large-scale corporations. They don't operate based on merit, they operate on social justice, ESG, private incentives and the like. Bro, I think that's a ghost pig anyway. So that's the breakdown of what's happened, and that means if women are going to pursue men at all, it's going to be for the pursuit of sex. Or when they're 30 and they have romanticized notions of a family and their eggs and they want to have kids, basically. They want kids, they want a family. It now becomes voluntary. But because it's voluntary, people are only really pursuing it when they're 30. The average age of marriage now is 29 years old, as opposed to young 20s. In previous history, very rapid change since feminism is women are getting married later, and it makes sense. If women have more leverage and rights in society, then women are just going to screw over men. They're going to waste all of their fertile years, all of their youth on casual sex and the pursuit of pleasure, and then they're going to give men a raw deal, saying you can marry me and take care of me when I'm old, and I'm dependent on you, and my hip doesn't work, I need someone to take care of me into my old age, etc. Then I want you, okay? Well, men want youth, men want fertility, men want sex. These are things that men want from women. And it doesn't work for women to simply demand all the things that they want from men, screw men over, and then expect men to just play along. It's not going to work. The result is you have a lot of disenfranchised young men who do not have partners, do not have prospects. Oh, a pink sheep. How rare. It's quite beautiful, isn't it? Didn't get the wool, fortunately. These young men are not going to be useful worker bees for society. Why would they? They don't have prospects. If the society actively steals from young men, collectivizes their labor into the state, and then has the state redistribute men's labor to women through feminism, through affirmative action, through corporate positions, then that means there's no reason for... Then men are basically being stolen from, and there's no reason for men to buy into that system, participate. The social contract has been destroyed for young men. The natural ebb and flow, the balance, has been destroyed by feminism. And men are either, if they are not winning, if they are not Chads, they are opting out of the system. The only thing really keeping people at large invested is, I guess, loneliness, companionship. And the desire for sex. Those are the only remaining faculties keeping men and women together. But they're very limited. When you actually look at the cost-benefit, what a bunch of stupid idiots. They thought a nerd went. Stupid idiots. Anyway. Like, you're clearly not nerds then. If you don't do cost-benefit for life decisions, then you're not a nerd. If you don't carefully weigh your options whenever you make a major decision, then you're clearly not a nerd. Hate to break it to you. Just because you're quirky and queer doesn't actually make you a nerd. Just because you are a nice Jewish boy doesn't make you a nerd. Nerds are rocket scientists and neurodivergent women who know everything about Beatles. Anyway, rant aside. The actual cost-benefit for men engaging in relationship and for women is falling apart. That has to do with feminism. That has to do with this current system we've propped up. I mean, mainly women. I blame them. It's not like men wanted feminism. You have a bunch of cucked boomers who, you know, say they support women's rights, but they're kind of forced and compelled to say that. So I doubt the veracity of that. And they've been programmed. It's not in their self-interest to support feminism. It actually screws over the dynamic between men and women. It's actively ruining it. So that's the current society we've inherited, is a very unbalanced society. We have women who don't want commitment from men because the state, propped up by men, is replacing the usefulness and roles of men, thus disincentivizing women towards men. This means that the only reason now women really want men is going to be for sex or for companionship. And so women are being much more picky and picking off of quote-unquote superficial traits. We're being more superficial because we've eroded the other structures in our society, the other values. They've been erased by the state, by feminism. It's really feminism. It's not the existence of a state. It's the particular state that we have inherited that redistributes men's labor to women via socialism. It's essentially thievery. It offsets the natural balance of the universe of the genders. Women should need men. If women don't need men, there's a problem. It drives them apart from each other. It destroys the natural balance, the natural contingent factors between men and women. Binding agents. Okay, there we go. Let's hope I can get what I need to get before night. It's turning night. Not good. Looks like a nice little cave we can go into. We'll do that. Or is it? It's not quite good. And from men's perspective, men have never really needed women. So the reason men are still pursuing women is because men have never needed women. We don't need women for anything. We don't need women. Instead, it's men are not allowed to pursue women or not able to pursue women because women are rejecting men, because their labor is being stolen from them by the state and given to women, as mandated by this corrupt feminist system. Yes, men have never... So women are like, I don't need no man. Well, men have never needed women. We don't need you for anything. The only thing we even want to have to do with you is kids. Hence, men being horny. Like, the fact men are so horny, it's actually a defeater for women, because it proves that the only usefulness women really serve to men is as a sexual partner. Outside of that, we just don't really need you. You can whine and complain and say what you like. That's just the hard truth. That's just reality. But that means the same incentives that men always had for pursuing women are still there. So there's a balance. There's a mismatch. Men have always wanted sex and female companionship. And the traditional reasons for doing so are still in place for the most part. No, wait. How do we do this? Well, I can just dig down, yeah. So men still want sex. They can't get it. And the only thing really keeping men and women interested in each other is sex and companionship. But companionship is not a very strong force compared to the pragmatic reasons men and women would like each other. Companionship is not really enough of an incentive. And so relationships, the rate of marriage is dying. That's what you're seeing in the data. The state has also made relationships very untenable. Dude. Dude, what is it? So annoying. It's a spider. Of course it is. Why, of course it's a spider. Why wouldn't it be? The unfortunate reality, women, is men have never really needed you. We need you for sex, and we need you. Maybe people are lonely. Spiders attack him in the rain, don't they? Pretty sure they do. Yes, now we know. Spiders will attack you in the rain. We learned our lesson. So, what does that mean for you as men? That means women don't really need you for your traditional roles as men. Therefore, if you are to get women to still want to be with you, you have to appeal to their, women still want sex. So the best way to get women to still pursue you is to be sexy. What does it mean to be sexy? You have to be good with social skills. You have to be funny. You have to be jacked. You have to be in shape. You have to be tall. That's where the black pill comes in. Genetically appealing, as they say in the biz. You have to make a lot of money, because money and status are sexy to them. Women are still sexually attracted to the same things, status. Even though their feminist principles are supposed to make them, these egalitarian, principled individuals, real women are still attracted to men that are more sexually, more higher status than them. So that's just the nature. Abstract principles don't override your nature, unfortunately. Try as you might. So that means you have to be attractive to women. You have to be appealing sexually. Then women might also pursue you for companionship, right? So they might want your commitment because of tradition, because of... They don't need your commitment, but they might be inclined to acquire your commitment just because. So how do you be sexually attractive to women? Get jacked, very easy. Lift weights, go figure out how to do that. Eat healthy, be in shape. A lot of it is physical, so you gotta... Lifting weights is part of it, but the other part people don't think about is like eating healthy, getting good sleep. And why? Is it just because, like, self-help? No. It's because women are going to be sexually attracted to things like clear eyes, right? If your eyes are dull and red and bloodshot, they're not going to be attracted to that. They're going to be scared by that. They're going to think, oh, who's this scary serial killer guy? They're not going to be thinking, oh, look at his beautiful clear white eyes. I can stare into them all day, right? So stuff like that, where eating well clears up your skin, for example. If you have a bunch of fatty McDonald's that you're eating, it's going to show up in the form of acne and blemishes in your skin. Working out, yes, it makes you more muscular, but it increases the amount of testosterone in your face. Eating less junk decreases the amount of estrogen in your face. Estrogen is bad. Estrogen is what gives you man boobs. Gives you the soy face look, kind of, right? That's from estrogen. You don't want to look like that. So the first part is looking good. Height, yes, women like height. What can you do? You can wear insoles, I guess. Why not? But if you're not tall, don't fuck around with trying to be tall. Don't get obsessed about height, because you can't control that. So I wouldn't freak out about it. I mean, the good news is that generally men are taller than women. So already, okay, you shouldn't be like freaking out that, oh my gosh, what about height? I can't control my height. Because if you're a man, chances are the majority of you are going to be taller than women. If you're 5'2" as a man, I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. You'll have to work on other things. But if you're only 5'8" and you're whining and complaining that you're not 6 feet, well, yes, it would be ideal if you were 6 feet. Most women are not 6 feet. And so you're already going to be taller than most women. Which, do some women have insanely high standards and want really, really tall men for no reason? Yeah, some do. Some women have crazy standards. I don't think anyone's denying that. But I think in general, what will get you going, at least, is women are looking for someone that's at least taller than them. And that's actually not a very hard standard to pass for most men. So yes, is it unfortunate that you're not 6'3" or 6 foot? Yeah. Not all of us can be, right? But at the end of the day, you're still going to be taller than most women. So it's not a reason to despair and become black-pilled. Wait, is there a pig right next to me? Did I just walk past the pig? I just registered something that happened 20 seconds ago. That's just the chicken, okay. Okay. Would be nice to get a shovel before nighttime. Right, and if you're trying to date white women as a 5'4" Indian, then the problem is the type of women you're going for, not you. You as an Indian are not meant to date 5'11" white girls. You are meant to date 5'1" Indian girls, and you can whine and complain about that, but that's a you problem. That's not women's fault that they're being picky. You are a 5'6" Indian man. You need to be dating a 5'1", 5'2" Indian girl. That's your ballpark. That's your league. And if we're being honest, you shouldn't even be race mixing anyway. Dude, where's the third log? There it is, fuck. Thank goodness the fucking rain stopped. Bro, go. Shouldn't be race mixing anyway, so. Yeah, if your complaint is, well, I'm shorter than all the girls. Yeah, because you're in a white country as a 6 foot or a 5'6" Indian man. That's your problem. Is you shouldn't be in this country. You shouldn't be dating these women. You should be dating the women from your home country. If your problem is, I'm not tall enough because XYZ, then you should be dating a different caliber of woman. It's the simplest way to put it. And so, yeah, how do you actually win? Well, get jacked. Try to improve your skin. Increase your testosterone versus estrogen rate. You can take supplements if you want. And, yeah, so take your money you normally spend on drinking and fast food. Spend that money on supplements. Oh, it's expensive. Yeah, but you'll spend money. You'll spend $100 going out, eating food and drinking. So just take that money you would normally spend drinking and eating junk food and spend it on protein and creatine. Oh, you bastard. and spend it on supplements, zinc, testosterone. You can take testosterone. It's not an injection. It's not a steroid. You can just take testosterone supplements. It's not that hard. Eat healthy, get sunlight every day, at least half an hour. Do something, run, work out, lift weights, and then boom, it's not that hard. It's actually not that hard. Then you got to learn social skills. So you got to be like, how do I talk to women? Hey, what's your name? What are you doing in school? Learn to ask questions. Learn to be funny. Learn to make jokes. Learn to read the room. Learn to have friends, get friends, coalesce a friend group, you know? Bring something to the table. Be appealing to your friend group. Be the smart one. Be the, you know, the one with the car. Be the, you know, like, and this is hard because I think this is where most men lose. This is where the majority of men are stuck or fucked over. It's not that they can't lift weights. It's not that they can't even make money or have status or have some personality that's interesting. It's that they can't generate social skills because they've been left out of the game for too long. What's going on? Oh, that's what's happening. And that's really hard to do. So for a lot of men, that's going to be where they struggle. That's definitely where I struggled the most. Was I like lifting weights is fairly easy. It's not, doesn't demand a lot of confidence. It doesn't demand very much to lift weights, believe it or not. Especially if you're smart, it's gonna feel like cakewalk. Just gotta not be a bitch. That's all you gotta do. That's the only hard part, is not be a pussy, not be a bitch. Once you do that, life's actually not too hard. The hard part is actually generating social skills, because if you were like me, who had a rough start, then getting off the ground and acquiring social capital is actually really hard. The same way that it's hard to generate physical monetary capital if you have no assets to work with, right? It's hard to generate social skills because you don't have a friend group where you can practice social skills. So I fully understand that this is going to be the hardest aspect of evolving, leveling up as a man, is generating those social skills, especially if you don't already have them. My advice is exposure therapy. My advice is throw yourself into social situations even if you hate it. Learn to do social things even if you hate it. Learn to getting used to asking basic questions. If you really struggle, I would just rehearse them. I would just rehearse basic questions that you ask people. It can be a bit lame, but a basic formula for social interaction isn't the worst thing on the planet. There's more for, like, it's better than making a fool of yourself and saying nothing and fucking it all up. Just ask about what they're doing in life. If they're in high school, ask them how high school is going. Where do you want to go for university? What are you taking? What's that like? Avoid asking where they live. That can creep them out. You don't want to scare them away, asking, hey, where do you live? Kind of learn what not to do. And the only way you're going to do that is with exposure. And, you know, you can watch the red pill tutorials about how to talk to women, how to make them feel safe, how to, you know, be masculine but not a serial killer. How to avoid bad habits. But the real test is just going to be exposure. You just need to do it. It's like anything. You just do it enough. Eventually, you'll get good at it. And so you need to find a way to get yourself, to force yourself to interact with people. And that's going to be really hard. It's going to be hard to motivate yourself to do that. And I fully understand that. There's no easy solution. A lot of men are just not going to do it. One thing that could help is if you are in good shape and you have a good physique and posture, it's much easier to talk to women and be confident if you are physically confident. Working out, having high testosterone levels in your system is going to make acting confident and doing risky things like talking to women much easier. A lot of the problem is that these men just have no testosterone in their system. And hormonal chemical makeup affects your mind state a lot more than you would think. You think, oh, it's just testosterone, it's a chemical, estrogen. It massively affects how you act in the world, how you behave, your tendencies, proclivities, your libido, everything. So even your beliefs, my beliefs, I would say, have evolved a lot as I've been working out. You go from being a libertarian cuck to being Christian monarch Chad. Christian monarchy Chad, right? Racist, misogynistic, anti-Semitic, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. I want it all. Ooh, that's a good spot. That would be an ideal place for a forever home if I can actually go in here. Please let me go in here. Nice. Yes. Nice. Okay. So how do we get up there? And how do we prevent mobs from getting up there? I'm gonna say probably do that. And this. How do I get up there? Gotta come around here. Parkour. It's enough parkour where it's virtually impossible for anyone else to get up here. And we could just use ladders. Like when we get good at the game, we can just use the ladders. Okay, so the temptation is, as a nerd, you can just play games all day like me, right? What the fuck? I've never seen that. Diamond Shard, never seen that. Okay. The very strong temptation to just play games all day, like I'm doing right now. You need to organize your life in a way that forces you to do things. And that's going to be really... One sec. I need to quickly go. Turn this into wood. Bitch, go. Tree. So, what is the best strategy to get women to like you in terms of social skills? Be funny. Being funny is the ultimate meta. Okay, if you can be funny, if you can make women laugh, you can make them wet. Right? All the women where I've had success, I made them laugh. All the women I didn't make laugh, no success. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sure there's a fallacy in there somewhere, but you get the point. If you can make them laugh, you're in. And so you need to get good at the art of making women laugh, which is a delicate balance. You can't just say the most vile, anti-Semitic, crazy shit, usually. Unless they've been ran through and they've been surrounded by those types of men. Typically, you have to be careful about how you talk to women, and it's a delicate balance. It's like driving a manual. It's like, what was it like? I got a whole piece of flint. What the? Go, 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 go. I have a bed just in case. We should be fine. It's a balance. It's like walking a tightrope. But you just have to get good at it. Just get good. Stop complaining. GG, skill issue. Problem is a lot of people are just not funny. I mean, that's a big problem. A lot of people are just not funny. They're boring. They're depressing. They're black pill. Women don't like black pill. Like, it is a self-fulfilling prophecy in the sense that if your mindset is black pill, women are going to hate you because you're depressed. Even if the black pill is true, you can't have a black pill mindset. Illegal. Not allowed. Okay, we're off. We're off. Run, run, run. You have to be funny. You have to be playful. Jovial. Not super serious. If you're always like super serious all the time, they're gonna think you're boring. So yeah, I can only really talk about what worked for me, which is first I went to the gym. The gym allowed me to have testosterone that fixed a bunch of other things. It made my face, my jaw better. I mean, it was already pretty sharp. I usually have to turn my jaw in at the airport because they think it's like a sharp blade, right? I keep cutting things with my fucking jaw. They stop me at the airport security. They're like, "Sir, put the weapon down." But now it's even more sharp. You know, I like taking testosterone and working out. Makes your jaw even sharper. So it's like applying a file to my jawline. But anyway, so first for me it was working out, and then after I worked out, I had testosterone and I looked good, and that made my confidence go way up, and that allowed me to finally talk to the terrifying opposite gender. It's super terrifying. I know it's super terrifying. You're like, you want to die. You're just like, it's the most terrifying. And like, women are scary, bro. Unironically, women are scary. I get it. So I'm not knocking men for that. But testosterone in your system and looking good is going to increase how you think about yourself. You're going to feel a lot more confident. It's the confidence. I know people say that in a joking, ironic way, but it is true. Nice. Okay, we're gonna kill this fucking this run. This run's gonna be great. And that allowed me to talk to women and coalesce a good friend group. Yeah, and then I figured out how to not just be racist funny, which is awesome. We like being racist. Racism is the best. It's my favorite dish. However, also being generally funny. Making people laugh in situations. Not always taking everything super seriously and autistic all the time. Because I know there's some of you out there who are autistic by nature. You take everything through a super hyper literal lens. And that ain't sexy. Women don't find that shit sexy. Treating everything like rocket science, not sexy. I can't place this thing anywhere. Fuck. I fucked up. But I don't like that skeleton over there. He's kind of creeping me out. Creeping me out, bruh. It's like you creep all the women out. Another thing is women like social proof. So women like knowing that you're the other women like you. So they use other women to be sure that you're not a serial killer. To say, oh, you know him? And they feel a lot more comfortable when you have a friend group, when you have your boys around. You're going to have a lot more success with women if women think of you not as a lone wolf. Oh, lone wolf Sigma serial killer. They like you if you're socially integrated. And they're using that to figure out if you are a serial killer or not. There we go. And yeah, so getting to know women through mutuals, very, very good, W. Cold approaching women. I don't do a lot of cold approaches. Although I will say cold approaches, the advantage is if it doesn't go well, you can just fuck off, right? So it's a very low stakes environment actually, because say you fuck it up. Oh, I fucked it up. Now she doesn't like me. You can just fuck off. You don't know her, right? So it's actually kind of nice. A couple times I did a cold approach. Both times I got rejected. I know, so cringe, right? Imagine getting rejected. 0-2, my KD ratio 0 out of 2. I know, very on the cold approach, not good. Where's that zombie? Oh, he's got an enchanted shovel, bro. Look at that. Bro's got the drip. Okay. But bro's not ready for what I'm about to do to him. And he's got the hat, bro. He's got the drip. He's not ready for this, though. Watch this. Hey, yo, check this out. Watch what I'm about to do right here. Hey, yo, Johnny. The fuck is he? Oh, he's on the roof. Wait, no. He's gonna get me. I mean, he can drop down here. Yeah, go ahead. Oh! You bugger. How do you do that? Yeah, there we go. So bro tried. That's not good though. We lost a bit of XP there. It's not the end of the world. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay, so we're actually doing really good. We have some copper nuggets. I'm gonna go get gravel. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm just gonna grind all the way to copper. Because I think we can. And hopefully I'll get an axe, actually. That's another thing we can do. And I'm just going to come back here because I like this spot. It's a nice spot. It's a pretty swanky spot. I don't know if mobs can go up ladders or not. I'm not really intent on taking that risk and finding out. Alright. Where's that spider, bro? What's gonna kill him? Spooky. That could be another cool spot. The only disadvantage is it's actually quite hard to get to by the looks of it. And it's got roof. It's got covering. My collar's blue, but my neck is red. Working like a dog just to keep my family fed. So yes, workout, eat healthy, increase testosterone, clear up your skin. Basic hygiene. I would recommend a minimalist basic hygiene. I would recommend, you can do, like people will say, oh, use this skincare product, do this. The thing that's going to help you a lot more is not eating shitty food and not screwing over your health. Step one is like, don't screw over your health. Eat healthy, get sleep, get sunlight. Then we can think about, do I need supplements? Do I need this coconut oil in my shampoo? Like, those can be nice, but you can get obsessed on those things. On, I need this product and that product. And it's like, okay, but you actually don't. That's what I'm trying to say. You actually don't need 300 trillion different skincare products. You maybe need the basics. Because at a certain point, you're just putting synthetic material into your skin, and that can actually cause it to inflame and irritate more. So it's not always ideal. It's not always the self-evident solution is to just apply more skincare products to your acne-ridden face. You might have some issue, like you might have really oily skin, maybe. I thought I had really oily skin, so I was using all these skincare products, but then it turns out I was just being a goy and I was eating junk food. Any drops from this tree? I knew I cut a tree over here. I don't see any drops. I'll be your blonde tonight, if that's what you like. Yeah, stilettos and fishnets, if that's what you like. I'd recommend being aloof. That's my strategies. Be aloof, be funny, make them laugh, be playful. Don't take things too seriously. Don't get too depressed with the red pill, or the black pill, I mean. Yes, all women are sluts, and that sucks, but try not to think about it, because that doesn't help. Oh, what? We got an egg. Wait, where am I going? Alright, we're leaving. That's a spooky cave. That's kind of cool. Pick up some of this gravel. And then yeah, there's some stuff like basic hygiene. I feel like if I need to tell you that, then you might just be cooked. If I need to tell you that like women don't like smelly breath, women don't like dirty clothes, women don't like acne, women like it when you shower. They don't like your natural Sigma musk, okay? I don't know who told you that, but women actually like it when you shower. Newsflash, women are not attracted to your Sigma Wolf musk, okay? I don't know what they told you. That's insanely expensive. I don't know what they be telling you over here, but out in reality, women actually don't like the Sigma Wolf musk. I know it's kind of a devastating shocker to a lot of you, but it's a reality. I fucked myself over again. Fuck. Oh, I goofed. I keep goofing. Yes, and I can't underemphasize how important testosterone is. Like working out, physically exerting yourself, sweating, taking testosterone supplements, eating meat. I really can't stress how important these things are for your general well-being. They're actually really important. Like, I like to think I have good control over my brain and myself. I have a lot of self-control. Cognitively, anyway. Sometimes I impulsively play Minecraft. But the effect that testosterone has on your psyche is significant. Can't be understated. Come on, game. Hurry up. This takes so long, bro. It's gonna be nighttime before I fucking get all this done. Move. Literally is gonna be nighttime before I get all this done. This is gay. I like how if you're on the internet, everyone just assumes you're like a 5'2" incel. You know what I mean? Like, you could be like a healthy height, you could be in good shape, you could have social skills, and people will just assume because you're playing Minecraft on the internet, therefore you must be a NEET. It's like, okay. It's just kind of annoying. Bro ain't never dispelling the rumors. What I get, I don't even know. Bro, what was that? Oh, it's a copper nugget. Get over here, boy. Fuck. Am I freaking out? What's going on? I saw a copper nugget. You can't trick me. I saw a copper nugget, I swear. It might have been the gold nugget I just got. Here we go. Okay. So now we're just gonna grind out some gravel. It should be good. Yeah, if you're like on the internet at all, everyone just assumes, oh, he's lying. He's a 2 foot tall goblin. You're just like, okay, bro. Like, heaven forbid you do anything at all on the internet, or else you're just immediately like, you're just immediately an incel. It's like, okay. And I'm not like a 6'4" Giga Chad, obviously not. And yeah, like I was probably on the lower, it's more nerd, like in terms of my origin. Like yeah, I am kind of a nerd, I guess. I mean, I am playing Minecraft, right? So I'm not going to pretend that I'm not at least a little bit nerdy, of course, sure. I don't see what that means or proves necessarily. Doesn't mean you're like some ugly cave troll. It doesn't mean you're short, right? Doesn't even mean you can't have social skills. I mean, you can work on yourself and get social skills. You can get jacked. That's the beautiful part about being a man, is you can, if you don't like something about yourself, you can just simply work on it. You can improve. It's just kind of like, well, if you have certain dispositions, you must just be eternally an incel. It's like, okay. It's a very feminine mindset, actually. Just assuming that because someone was born a certain way or has certain proclivities that, well, you're just eternally an incel. Okay. I'm telling you how to... Yeah, it's like if you're not constantly boasting about... Because that's what Chronic does, is he's constantly boasting about all these women he's getting. I find that annoying too. It's like, do I have to... Because then you just look desperate. You look desperate for male validation. Like, no, I get women, I swear. It's just cringy. So yeah, we have 6 copper nuggets. We need 27. Then we hit the copper age and the game really takes off. I'd just rather do this outside, where I can actually break multiple blocks at once. What's up, bro? Like, placing anything is so slow in this game, it's annoying. It's because it's got a mod pack and there's all these stupid mods that are... Is it a gravity block? Is there something underneath it? Like, it's running all these checks. It's like placing blocks takes forever. It takes like 4 ticks to place a block. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about food. I'm just going to do this for a while and just grind out copper nuggets. Bro. That. I'll do it. Alright. Yeah, I can't really even use that chest because my cave is... My cave. Oh, it's rather small. Yeah, I think it goes without saying that red pill, black pill, my pills go for men who are not naturally extroverts. I think that just goes without saying. Like extroverts who already know how to talk to women don't really need like Myron Gaines. They don't need to even listen to that guy in the first place. They don't need anything to do with that guy. I mean, that said, there are a lot of like women are really picky. Even if you're like a normal average guy, like you kind of do need like masculinity advice. You do need this kind of advice, and it's getting worse. It's not getting easier. So this advice, like this masculinity advice, is only going to become more and more relevant as women get more and more hypergamous, right? Okay, we're gonna go get more gravel. But why would I go for that gravel when there's gravel right over here? It is annoying. If you're on the internet at all, everyone just defaults to assuming that you're a 5'3" incel. It's like, okay. Okay, you're right. I'm a cave troll. You got me, guys. There, you happy? I am a ugly, dysgenic cave troll. Little goblin. Little troll that lives under the bridge. If anyone gets that reference. I'm the dysgenic old troll that lives under the bridge. I'm here to touch your kids. Very nice. Okay, that should be enough. Should be enough, ladies and gents. See this Minecraft hardest mod thing? It's kind of easy. I don't know about you guys. Look how fast I'm clicking, and I'm just... It's barely letting me place them. So annoying. Yeah, this isn't as tedious as normal. It's actually doable. It's also annoying too, because it's like you give any advice and they're immediately like, "Oh yeah, you're not 6'3". It's like, think about it. If I was 6'3", then my advice wouldn't even make sense because obviously I don't need this advice, right? We're halfway there. Like if I was a 6'3" Chad who banged 100 women, obviously I wouldn't know what it takes for like a average guy or a nerd to succeed with women, right? Like, how would I know? I wouldn't understand the plight that men go through. I wouldn't understand the problem or the solution. So this whole like, oh yeah, but why are you not a pickup artist banging 300 women? It's like, yeah, that's good. Okay, wait. It's like, because those guys don't need advice. They don't need to learn. Fuck, I need more gravel. Okay, wait. Yeah, we gotta go get more gravel. Fuck. Oh, and it's raining. Oh shit. Get me out of here, get me out of here. Fuck, I'm out of food. Fuck. Ah! Bad, bad, bad. This is not good. Okay. There we go, boys. We're safe. The evil rain. Yeah, now sometimes it won't send you to sleep right away. I don't know why. Chinese communism is the best. Sure, bro. What the... Yeah, rain is very present in this mod. Kind of sucks. Yeah, it's annoying. It's like, you can't be an average man on the internet anymore because people will just assume you're an incel. Oh, you're an incel. You're a 5'2" troll. It's like, bro, some of us are just normal guys. I'm actually above average. Actually, I'll have you know. I have a PhD. I have a PhD in women's studies, in gender studies. I have a PhD in washing dishes. What are you trying to do? Smite me? You can't smite me. Yeah, why isn't my character going to sleep? I don't know. Can he not sleep during rainstorms? I don't know. I mean, it is night. It's also night. Is it daytime? Is that why? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Running out of food slowly. Oh, and I don't have gravel. Bugger. That's right, everybody. I'm a 5'2" incel. I eat ramen noodles and craft dinner. I eat way too much McDonald's. I've never talked to a woman before. What is a woman? I need to watch Matt Walsh's video on what a woman is, because I've just never talked to a woman before. That's where we're at. Do you want to hear my woman talk? You want me to speak like I'm talking to a woman instead of like an autistic spurg? You gotta slow your cadence down. Hey, how's it going? That's right funny. You know, I was thinking, your mom, she's actually pretty cool. We talked all night last night. You gotta drop your voice. You gotta make it low and sexy for the women. Hey, I am 6'3" Giga Chad. Would you like to go on a date with me? Hello, woman. Hello, individual of the opposite gender. I see that you are not occupied with a boyfriend. And even if she is, just because there's a goalie. Hey, that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Yeah, you gotta slow your cadence down. Finally. Well rested. I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. Never been well rested ever. Why would I mind my bed? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot! Oh, you're an idiot! Alright, let's do some PvP. What's up? Oh, we're malnourished. How devastating. Oh, fuck. Easy video game. Hey, you, the jelly bean. I was gonna crit him. Look, we got our EXP back. We're no longer in debt. We no longer have a EXP debt. Very nice. Okay. We're malnourished, and why would that be? My guess, too much meat. The carnivore diet is not doing it for us. You know, Jordan Peterson's carnivore diet, it's just not working. Sorry, Peterson. To where it's at. Now, why they got rid of poppies and replaced them with roses, I don't know. Oh, it's 1.6 Minecraft. That's why. Okay, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Fully admit I'm an idiot. I did not know that in 1.6 they had roses instead of poppies. But yeah, if you're an autistic nerd like me and you like to accelerate your voice, if you sound like XQC, where you're spitting words coming out half-formed, just like you came out of the womb half-formed, then I would recommend you slow your cadence down. You want to sound, and having testosterone will do this automatically, but you want to slow your speech down. You do not want to sound like a machine gun when you speak. Now, if you're doing debates, different story. I'd recommend a little different approach if you are conducting a debate. But if you are talking to a woman, you're not debating her to have sex with you. Please have sex with me. Here are my 3 reasons why you must have sex with me. My argument is going to hinge on these 2 things. You want to not do that. Look at this. We have the 0.01% have armor. hear some people say, it's typically like Reddit nerds, will say dumb shit like, just treat women like anybody else. Just treat them like a normal human, for fuck's sake. This is bad advice. Do not treat women like regular humans. Do not talk to a woman like you talk to your bro. Because I will make fun of bro. I will mock bro. I will roast bro. I will say racist things to bro. Do not start your conversation with a woman off by espousing highly racist sentiments. Do not do that. Bro might find it funny, but she won't. So do not do that. If anyone's telling you to do that, then they clearly don't know what they're doing. Because yes, is it funny to make Hitler jokes? Yes, it is objectively funny. It is undoubtedly funny to make Hitler jokes. But unless your woman is based, trad, red-pilled, aka she's dated a bunch of red-pilled dudes, bunch of schizo dudes, then she's not going to think like that. A normal, feminine woman doesn't like hearing Hitler jokes. Regular women. Now there's some special characters out there for sure, but usually they've been run through. That's the only reason. They've adopted what they've picked up from their boyfriends. Their boyfriends were racist, so now they're racist. Which, do you want to date a woman who's had a bunch of boyfriends? I don't. I personally don't. I like women that are actually feminine. I like women who are not crazed sluts. That's just me. I don't like trad women. Trad women are cringe. Trad thoughts are cringe, and they're fake, and they're a government psyop, obviously. If you didn't know that, then you're slow. Obviously, trad thoughts are a psyop by the CIA, intended to trick you and steal your personal information. Bro. How's it turning into a grass block when it's underground? Explain that. So don't treat women like a dude, because they're not the same. You can be casual, you can be nonchalant, but you can't treat them like a bro. Because a bro, you fuck around with. You call him short, you call him bald. You call him gay. You call him ugly. Even if he's more attractive than you. That's especially when you call him ugly. Even if he's fucking gorgeous, you call him ugly as shit. You look like shit. Even if bro is a walking supermodel, you call him ugly. Do you do that with a woman? No. She'll hate you. You will get 0 dates. That does not mean simp for women. I'm not advocating simping for women. What I'm saying is that the way you conduct your behavior with a woman is not going to be the same as a man. Otherwise, you will get no pussy. Otherwise, you will scare women away. So I think we can all agree that the Reddit guy, the Reddit cuck who fucking says, just treat women like regular human beings. It's not that hard. This guy's wrong. This guy is a Reddit cuck. He does not date women. He doesn't know what a labia is or a clitoris is. Alright, we need to get out of here. Look how slow that is. I'm like spamming it as fast as I can. It's still just like one every 4 ticks. I'd recommend being aloof. I would recommend not. You know, you're someone I can really see myself marrying. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't even tell her things. Why would you tell her things? Really though, why would you tell your woman things? Don't tell her things. You idiot. Don't talk about your feelings, okay? Basic. Basic. If I have to tell you that, then you're cooked. You're just cooked, bro. I'm sorry. Don't tell her how you think the date went. You fucking idiot. I did that once, okay? I'm beating up on myself. But I'm saying that because I know how nerds think. I know the nerd mindset. And the nerd mindset is gay. It's effeminate. It doesn't work. It turns women off. Don't do it. I'm telling you, man, don't do it. And you can't simp. No simping. No. No simp shit, guys. Come on. The J is too mean fallacy.
Today we're going to talk about delusions and wisdom and biblical insults. Because people don't know that you can make jokes and make insults at the proper time. Remember the discussion of propriety? We talked about what is propriety. That's
Discernment.
things at the right time at the right place. Making poo-poo jokes at church is not appropriate.
Correct.
If you're in the comedy club,
Right, and this is true with men and women, right? Which is what I'm saying, is that there's a time to make Hitler jokes. There's a time to keep your job. Simply put.
poo-poo jokes are appropriate. In fact, they are necessary. So there's a time and a place for things. Remember in the book of Ecclesiastes, the Psalm
Ecclesiastes nuts.
he talked about there's a time for war, a time for peace, a time for joy. I think he even says a time for laughter. It's been a while since I've read Ecclesiastes. But wait a minute. How is there a time for laughter and rejoicing when it's wrong to laugh? There's actually people who say that it's wrong to laugh. We're not just going to talk about biblical insults, though. We're going to walk through many of them. I'm going to shock you today with some of the facts and some of the tidbits.
Facts and logic.
Some of the things that I've noticed over the many, many years of reading the Bible. And I'm not saying this as some sort of self-righteous man.
He's got a J cup because his name is Jay. Get
People
it?
think that I'm mean. I'm actually pretty cool with most stuff, and I don't usually preach at people. Preaching at people, it's a very, evangelical kind of thing. It's not what I do. But people think that correcting people is mean. They think that interrupting people when they're calling into my thing and it's a situation where I'm actually the debate coach. See, we're not on equal footing when you call in. You assume that we're all equal and equally competent. That is one of the delusions that we're going to talk about today.
It's daytime.
Not everyone is equal, and when you call into the show, you are not treated as an equal unless you have demonstrated yourself to be an equal. So if you join any debate, if you're a prominent debater person, I'm probably going to treat you differently if you called into the show or came on the channel than if you just called in and said a bunch of dumb stuff. Now, correction is absolutely necessary. You're right. That's the key point here. And again, there's a time and a place, and it's to be done with wisdom.
Wisdom and discernment.
And yes, you could misuse insults. We're going to talk about that too. That would also be an abuse of something. Your words, your rhetoric, all these things can be tools, can be weapons, and they need to be used at the right time, the right way. If you always spewed insults, that would be a defect of character. It would be a vice. But if you never made a joke or never snapped back, you might be a wuss. You might be somebody who is trampled on and walked upon.
True. This is true.
In fact, Jesus even says that if you are weak and watered down and all this kind of stuff,
Lukewarm.
you are actually worth being trampled on. You get thrown out like salty-less salt.
What the fuck?
You get trampled upon. So let's get into, first of all, is it always wrong to insult? Is it wrong to joke around? Is it wrong to even joke about naughty bits? What? Yes. Naughty bits. Are bad words.
What the hell? What was that, Jay? Are bad words bad? No.
Let's start with some interesting biblical insults that you're probably not aware of, or you probably didn't notice
when you were doing Bible study. Today we're going to study Bible insults. I'm going to teach you how to be mean.
Jesus calls a man a dog.
In 1 Samuel 20:30, there's a funny story where Saul's anger was aroused against Jonathan. And he said to him,
Aroused, dude.
"You son of a perverse, rebellious woman, don't you know that I've chosen the son of Jesse to your own shame, to the shame of your mother's nakedness?" Now, wait a minute, you're going to say, this is Saul. Saul's a bad man.
He's making fun of it. He's making your mom joke.
The scriptures. Friends, this man is misquoting the scripture.
But he's not.
I'm trapping you. I did a clever turn of rhetorical trappery.
That's
I'm
right.
pretty much the male black version of Candace Owens because she's very cunning. She'll trap people. I just trapped all of you because most of you watched this and you said, "Ha ha, we got him." He didn't even realize that Saul was a bad man, and he's using Saul as a proof text. Oh, but how did I trap you? Because that same approach is going to be used by righteous men. Very similar statements. Uh-oh. So now I'll put you into a bind, son.
Bro, what is he
I'll
doing?
put you in a logical pretzel. Because you're going to have to then condemn the
Logical
righteous
pretzel
men
bun.
doing the exact same thing. That's called tricknology.
Tricknology. Tricknology, bro.
Look at this.
There's a fucking skeleton.
Now this one is interesting because some translators mention this as
Oh, I missed it.
a finger. However, there are some translators that think this is not talking about a finger. And you could probably figure out which body part I'm referring to, which is similar to a
They made a pee-pee joke?
some of you
Whoa.
left out there, probably a pinky finger for you guys. I wouldn't know about that, but
Did you just make a small dick joke?
young men who had grown up
That was a clever joke.
spoke from saying, this is when
That was a high tier joke.
Solomon has passed away, and these are the advisors who were speaking to Solomon's sons, and I think this is Rehoboam. It's either Jeroboam or Rehoboam. Thus you should speak to this people, saying, your father made our yoke heavy, but you make it lighter. Thus you will say to them, my little will be thicker than my father's waist. Now, it could be finger, but also it might not be. It could be a weenus.
Weenus.
And now, wait a minute, Jay. None of this proves your point. Well, I'm just giving you some interesting examples. And we have pious people who are so pious that they would
make
even
weenus jokes.
read such subject matter. Oh my goodness. How dare even such subjects be discussed? Well, wait a minute. Let's peruse one of my favorite stories in this regard.
What sorcery?
And this is when Elijah is interacting with the prophets of Baal. Now, the prophets of Baal, much like Roman Catholic histrionic women saints, cut themselves to try to placate and call upon their deity, leading out as if this will bring the presence and aid of Baal, Baal-Zebul. And there's a funny line that Elijah says here. Elijah says to the prophets of Baal as they're acting out and acting like a fool, he says, call upon the name of your gods, and I'll call upon the name of my God. And the God that answers by fire is the true God. Right? And in verse 27 it says, Elijah mocked them and said, cry out. For if your Baal is the God, maybe he's meditating, maybe he's busy, maybe he's off on a journey, maybe he's sleeping, maybe he must be awakened. And some translations say maybe he is out using the bathroom, maybe he's going potty. So Elijah mocks the deity of the prophets of Baal, saying maybe your deity is taking a shit, maybe he's pee-peeing. Most of the translations word it that way. Oh my God, how could he ever speak? Please let his spiritual father rebuke him. Can somebody report him to the Israeli authorities, because the high priest needs to rebuke Elijah. So you're actually being overly righteous and prudish when you have this ridiculous attitude that no one could live up to. By the way, he's trolling you. Did you know
Elijah was a troll? W.
that the book of Proverbs talks about, well, before we get to Proverbs, let's look at Amos.
He's literally trolling them. He's saying, "Oh, maybe your God's taking a shit." Oh, I don't know, guys. Maybe
When I read this in Amos,
maybe he's on the phone. I don't know.
I think I did a video on Amos like 6 years ago. And Amos is rebuking the degenerate Israelites, and particularly the upper class of the women folk of Israel. And he says something very funny.
Funny joke.
I may have the wrong verse here. Oh, here it is. Amos 4, he says, "Hear this, you cows of Bashan. You oppress the poor. You crush the needy. You say to your husbands, give us wine, let us drink."
You butt.
He's calling the women of Israel fat cows.
Lol.
Maybe some of you don't have reading comprehension. Maybe some of you have never noticed this, or you didn't realize it. He's saying that the Karens of Israel are a bunch of fat, drunk cows. They're wine moms. They're fat, wine cow moms. Wine mom cows.
Wine cows.
Yeah, the whole book of Amos is almost a troll. In fact, God even tells him to go marry a prostitute. What? No, excuse me. Is it Hosea, right? He tells Hosea to go marry a prostitute. Yeah, there was some OG Jewish wine moms. Oh, Amos, stop with all your talking, please. I just want to drink my Morgan David, Amos. Oh, with the prophecies and the preaching. Oh, be more pious, please. See?
I was a crazy Jewish wine mom
And just
impression.
think of all the pious, super pious people.
Oh, I'm so pious.
I would never, ever stoop to calling a lady a fat cow.
Oh, then you're holier than the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, the old fathers were savage.
Moving Amos to do this. You're so spiritual. Did you ever wonder why Solomon says, don't be overly righteous? What is that?
Why are you being overly righteous? Oh my gosh. Oh,
Damn, bro.
What do you know?
That's actually a pretty good impression. I don't think I could do that.
About to blow your mind with this one. If nobody reads Ezekiel. I've read Ezekiel many, many times through. It is a challenging text. Did you know there's dick jokes in Ezekiel?
What the hell?
Goodness gracious, how dare this man
How
speak
dare they?
Did you know that the Puritans and the Calvinists would not read this chapter?
That's hilarious.
I kid you not. In the churches, they would not read this. What? They were too holy for the Bible.
Mm.
Ezekiel, when describing Israel's unfaithfulness, holds nothing back in terms of wild sexual descriptions. Now, why would we have this type of a description if these topics shouldn't even be mentioned or discussed ever? Now, I'm not saying this as an excuse for you to go be all the time lurid, lewd, whatever. It's not an excuse. It's pointing out that it's not always wrong, and there are appropriate times to even
Contextual,
talk about
yes.
some of these subjects. To even make
Morality is
an outcome.
contextual, and that's something
And
people
it's
forget.
appropriate. How do we know when that
They
is?
just assume everything is a
There's
universal
already
maxim.
a list that tells you every place in life when you can speak this way or when you. It doesn't work. It's not life, man. It doesn't work that way. But when describing the actions of Israel, Israel multiplied her harlotry in the days of Ezekiel, and in calling to remembrance the days of her youth, she played the harlot in Egypt. She lusted for her paramours, her lovers, whose flesh is like that of a donkey and whose issue is like that of a horse. What do you think that's talking about, goobers?
Horsecock.
It's saying that she lusted after big dongs, and the dongs were the size of donkeys, and the dongs had an issue of semen like a horse. Did you know that was in there? And then it talks about her pressing the Egyptians against her breasts.
Damn.
This is the chapter that Puritans wouldn't read. It was too rated NC-17. Yeah. Now, I don't know if it's talking about brothers. It could be talking about Egyptians, which I'm not sure Egyptians are always brothers. Yeah, it's very graphic. It's not my fault. I didn't put this here. And it's not my fault that you didn't know that. And you're so pious that to even discuss what's in the prophets is something to think about. Now, this is an interesting one because a lot of people have argued with me over this over the years. I don't know why this is even controversial if you're biblically literate. The
What's
book
it?
of
Solomon's love for a random
yeah,
woman?
you could say ultimately it is a allegory, it's an analogy, it's a poem, it's a mystical description of the union of Christ and the church. But did you know that it's about a man and a woman having intimacies? Did you know that?
no, but it's actually spiritual. And how dare you be fleshly?
So wait a minute. So God created man and woman to have intimacies. That's fleshly when it's described in the Bible, and that's the thing that's the mirror of the union of Christ and the church. Now, Christ and the church is not.
You're actually demonizing God's creation.
But the thing that the analogy is based on is a real, intimate knowing. Adam knew his wife Eve.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you are familiar with what the Song of Songs talks about, it's actually pretty graphic. It talks about the lady's garden.
Her bush.
And if she's not married, a virgin, her garden is untilled. It is a fresh garden. What do you think that's talking about, you goobers? Do you know how to interpret
Ooh, nasty. I think that's nasty.
This is talking about seduction. This is talking about arousing the woman.
The real red pill advice.
Breasts being fertile, supple, etc. And there's even sections that.
I mean, it's the Old Testament, so you can always just say it was the Jews.
I don't get the point of this. What do you mean you don't get the point? What about what I'm saying is unclear? I mean, why are you zealous? I'm not zealous to make. You should just leave. This isn't for you. You're too holy for what's actually in Scripture. How many times have I covered this topic on my channel? Almost never. So what are you talking about me being zesty and zealous to make nasty insults? This is one stream ever that we've done on this topic. And already we have the piety signalers in the chat who are too holy and too righteous for divine revelation itself. You explain to me why it is that the Spirit inspired the prophets to speak this way.
Oh no, it's Jay's fault for citing it.
Yeah, it's always my fault. What is wrong with you people? What's wrong with it? How could it be my fault talking about what's here?
Need more flint. We're almost there, though.
Discussion moves into some pretty vivid stuff. Fragrances of the garden.
Ugh. Nasty.
The lady's garden is sealed and then opened.
That's the hymen.
It is a fountain sealed. What do you think that's talking about?
Nasty.
What's the point that he tried to make? You want to be more humble. You're exemplifying what I said. That you're more righteous than God. You are portraying yourself as too holy. What did Solomon say? You are holier. He said, don't be overly righteous. Yeah, it should be obvious what he's talking about. And I'm even being guarded by not telling you what it's about. I don't care if haters flip it. They're flipping and disagreeing with what's in the scripture. That's their fault. Now, moving beyond.
Yeah, imagine clipping someone for reading Bible passages. Oh, he's reading a passage. Yeah, it's in the Bible.
If we go to
Get mad at God.
A gold ring in a swine's snout is like a lovely woman who lacks discretion. That's an insult. If you're a beautiful woman and you're degenerate, you lack discretion, you're like a pig
With a gold
like
nose,
in a
gold
pig's
ring.
nose. That's an insult. Did you realize that? I mean, you understand that the book of Proverbs is a catechesis for young men. It applies to women too, but mainly for young men to prepare them for marriage. So you're going into marriage, you're going to learn about men and
Women.
And Proverbs in part is dealing with that. That's why the book begins with warning young men about whores, about 304s.
304. The red pill term.
Now, one of the most common images in Proverbs is not just beware of whores, beware of the 304s. He even says stuff like, be ravished with your own wife's breasts. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the Spirit would speak that way. Oh my God. Now, just be honest with the text. Look at these people are like in the chat are like, they're holier than the Bible. Why do you have a problem with, I mean, God created the world, right? God created men and women.
Yeah, he didn't fuck it up.
His book talks about this stuff quite a bit, and yet you want to act like you're holier than the subjects that are in here all the time, or often, maybe not all the time.
We're almost there. 23 out of 27. 4 left.
That doesn't really apply to this. I don't know why you said that. For I was looking out my window through the lattice, and I saw a young man, devoid of understanding. He was walking through the streets, and there he met a harlot, and she enticed him, brought him in. She said, my husband's gone. Come sleep with me. On and on and on. Yeah, many Christians actually just act like Gnostics. It's really weird. They're holier than what's in Scripture. So what happens is that, and this is actually a delusion, I think, people devise a standard of what's pure
Good and wrong.
righteous in their minds,
Outside of God and the Bible.
just so that they can have a way to feel one-upped against everyone else. So they're better than everyone else. That's it. It's really nothing to do with reality, with normal human interactions, our actual positive bodily desires. It's everything rather to do with how can I have a standard in my mind which makes me better than everyone else. That's what it's about. And so to be offended even at discussing the topics which a grown adult should be able to discuss because it's in the texts is just childish and immature and weird. It speaks to a delusion in the people who, again, I just think want to craft a means of being able to say, well, I'm better because Jay talked about a bad thing and I'm above that. I'm better than that. Meanwhile, when you think about spiritual fathers and people advising people in marriage, what do you think most of the people are coming to the priest talking about?
Yeah, really. Good point.
Oh, spiritual or sexual things, right? That's a big part of it. Back to insults and jokes and topics. Like, what's one of the recurring themes in Proverbs that I'm sure everybody's familiar with? The fool, right? It's also in Psalms. What does Psalm 14 say at the beginning? The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Now, everybody loves to quote in their own self-righteousness. Matthew in the Beatitudes, when Jesus says, call no one fool. So, and people have used this against me all the time. If I call somebody idiot, moron, etc., how dare he say this? Jesus says, never speak that way. Wait a minute. How many times does Proverbs and Psalms warn you against the
False
fool?
piety.
Oh, like dozens and dozens of times, right? How could you keep the commandment to never call someone a fool if you must also identify the fool to avoid him? You idiot. You understand that you could never actually keep that command to avoid a fool if in your mind you can identify a fool?
Well, that's just saying you can't call him a fool.
Oh, but you can identify him as a fool in your mind and in your heart? I mean, it's so childish and stupid the way that people treat this stuff. And they pick a verse with no context, not read in light of the rest of the scriptures and the totality of it. And they try to erect that as the totality of everything. And that's the one moral command that everyone has. This is all out of hyper-rigid Protestant Puritanism. It's also out of evangelical delusion. And the idea that all insults are bad and all words that are not
Pious.
spoken in NPR affectation.
Oh, I have to talk like this, brother, because Jesus would talk like this. True spirituality is to talk like an effeminate soy man.
That's what they think.
That's actually accurate. That's actually really funny.
Now, let's look at Isaiah, for example. By the way, we're going to get to the New Testament. Don't worry. But Rabshakeh said, "Has my master sent me to your master and to speak these words, and not to the men who sit on the wall, who will eat and drink their own dung with you?" Wait a minute, that's pretty lewd, isn't it? Oh, you see, well, this is just describing a story. Well, wait a minute. Why are we having a story in the scriptures with lewd language? So, while you're wanting to refute me and correct me and make yourself feel righteous, you didn't even realize that it's in the scriptures themselves. What about the prostitute that's cut up into pieces in the book of Judges? Have you read the book of Judges?
Well, God is not condoning that.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but it's in the book. This is a lewd, violent story in the book. The book of Judges itself is written book. Did you even read it? Did you know that? Your servant has killed lion and bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, because he has defied the honor of the living God. This is David launching an insult. I think it's David. Let's just make sure. Yeah, this is David and Goliath. David is insulting Goliath. Uh-oh. I guess David is wicked and unholy and not Jesus. Now, in all of this, there's something I think that's being highlighted, and it's hypocrisy. And I went and checked this morning, and guess what the most rebuked thing is throughout the gospel?
Hypocrisy.
What thing does Jesus rebuke? Now, obviously, he rebukes the Pharisee, but what's more pharisaical than what we're talking about?
False piety.
And when Jesus rebukes the Pharisees, what is it specifically that he rebuked?
False piety, hypocrisy.
Does anyone know what phrase he uses over and over and over?
You hypocrite. You
He
hypocrite.
calls them whitewashed tombs. He calls people dogs.
He did do
He
that.
calls Herod a fox, which is an insult in Luke 13:32. He calls them a brood of vipers. He calls them hypocrites. Well, wait a minute. He's rebuking them. And also insulting them. To call somebody a viper, a snake, is an insult. He does this over and over and over.
Well, that's Jesus.
Yeah, but Paul and the apostles do it too.
Well, they're apostles.
Yeah, but the church fathers did.
Well, you're not a church father.
Now, wait a minute. How can I identify the fool as Proverbs tells me and everybody? If I can't identify the fool. Do you see how stupid it is? This is the level of people who say that, call no man father. Jesus, call no man on earth your father. Okay, what about your dad? I mean, is your dad a man on earth? Call no man on earth your father. So, whitewashed tomb, hypocrite, snake, vipers is a common phrase throughout the Gospels. I guess everybody forgot. Does Jesus always use insults? Of course not. Does Jesus call all women dogs? No. Does he at times do this? Yes. Now, being divine, being omniscient, and being the same person speaking through the prophets in the Old Testament to do the same insults throughout the prophets. Major
There we go.
right?
I think flint shovels have higher drop rates. I didn't know that, but it seems like they do. That's a good
And what
note
he
for next
actually
time.
says is not that you could never call someone a fool. He says to call someone fool without reason or without a cause. So look, so in the chat, there's people just talking about why I'm bad. You can think all you want. Nothing, even if I'm the worst person in the world, Mars, none of that is going to change what I'm saying. And how is it, why do you think that I think I'm wrong? I've been wrong many, many times. Much of what we're going to talk about when we get into the delusions is delusions that I have. So people are here in the chat just hating on what I'm discussing, and I don't care. You can think whatever you want about me. What does that have to do with what we're saying today? Is what we're saying accurate and true or not? I don't, dude. I'm the worst person in the world. Fine. I'm a satanic KGB sorcerer. You got it. Now, what does that have to do with this? Is this true or not? Okay, so again, I don't know where all these low tier people. Second Timothy 6, not funny. Do you understand that you have to interpret all the verses in context together, right? You don't pick one verse and say, oh, this is the one that's true, and this one shuts down all the other ones. They're all true, in harmony. Well, sometimes it looks like it's saying not to do this, and sometimes it looks like it's saying we should do this, and you can't. How do we know? Wisdom and propriety tells you when is the right case. When the woman is caught in adultery, and she's humbled by this situation, does Jesus turn to her and say, you filthy dog? No. He says, let he that has no sin cast the first stone. Well, that was an appropriate situation for mercy because she was truly repentant. She was humbled by this situation, and it was an engineered situation that the Pharisees set up to trap Jesus anyway. And it also wasn't even following the procedure of 2 and 3 witnesses. So there's a lot of reasons why the woman caught in adultery, right, is a setup, and it's not even the best example. But in other situations, Jesus doesn't do that. So there's not one verse, all you immature kids, which is going to tell you what to do perfectly in every situation in your life. And that's the whole point of what Ecclesiastes is saying about the right time and place for different things in your life.
I lost my
Just
base.
think how obvious this is. This is such a common sense thing. Is it the right time and place to discuss lovemaking when you're at church? Of course not. Does that mean you should never in your life discuss lovemaking? No. Well, I mean, how are you going to get through life if you're married without that? I mean, it's just childish.
It's not that way.
And why are people acting so sanctimonious when we all know that you're a human being and you're not any better than anyone else? That's the point. So who's actually acting pharisaical in this situation? Just think about it.
Okay, still some time.
Now there's more insults and there's more oddities in scripture. I think you get the point though, right? You could go through more, but I mean, Matthew 12:34, people are called snakes. Now, when you read the church fathers, and when you read even holy men, for example, I have a couple quotes that I thought were pretty funny that a guy sent to me. Shout out to, I forget the guy's name, but he sent me some of these quotes I was not aware of, so this is going to be, I think, fitting. Saint Cyprian wrote against Demetrianus, I had frequently treated with contempt your railing noise and clamor in your sacrilegious mouth. Do not speak to the ears of the fool, lest when he hear you, he despise the wisdom of your words. He calls Demetrianus a fool, a heretic. Athanasius says in the Discourse Against the Arians, you Arius, the commencement of Arius,
Oh,
the
thank goodness.
flippancy and the effeminate tune and nature that he possesses. That's Discourse 1 Against the Arians. He calls his opponent flippant and effeminate. Jerome against Helvidius. I've waited to refute Helvidius, not because it's difficult, but rather because he's an ignorant boor who has scarce known the first glimmer of any education or learning. I was afraid that a reply might make him appear worth defeating. That's all insults against Helvidius. St. Jerome against Vigilantius. All at once Vigilantius has arisen, animated by a demonic unclean spirit, to fight against Christ. So he calls him possessed and a demon. We're not done. St. John of Kronstadt says, people like Martin Luther are sowers of dissent. They're heretics. They divide the church. They're
First pickaxe,
innovative
boys.
sons of the devil. My life in Christ. They're wolves. Archbishop Averke. According to the Holy Fathers, where impiety is concerned, we should resort to fire and sword, and not partake of the bad leaven of those infected with the heresy. Christ cannot be at peace with Satan. We cannot be at peace with atheists and apostates, nor with malicious heretics. There is no peace with the persecutors of the church. Does that sound like the way that all you evangelical and Orthodox Prague's act? St. Ignatius Brianchaninov. Faith is sacred. It is the sacred truth. Any other faith except this truth is superstition. It leads to ruin. Such faith is condemned by God. It is the faith of idolaters. Muslims and their false prophet Muhammad are heretics. They're blasphemers. They're heresiarchs. Rationalists have fallen intellects. The Antichrist will deceive all of his followers with this fake faith. Okay? He says again, you say that heretics are just like Christ and Christians. Where did you get this idea? Someone calling himself a Christian without knowing anything about Christ? You're in extreme ignorance. You're a heretic. This is from Orthodox Word and Life, 1965. Excuse me, the 1991 version of Orthodox Word and Life that he stated in 1965. Do not take part with heretics or any of their blasphemous teachings. Heresy leads to spiritual death. They're devils, etc. I'm just paraphrasing because it's a long quote. Saint Anatoly of Antino. Do not fear sorrows. Fear the stubbornness of heretics. They're stubborn. Consider them as pagans and Pharisees. That's Living Without Hypocrisy, page 48. Metropolitan Philaret. I wish to return to this topic of heresy and schism. It is permissible to be stern with heretics. One must never idealize any heretic, since the basis for the departure is not virtue, but their passions and their sins of pride, obstinacy, and malice. Sternness towards heretics is beneficial, not only for the sake of protecting people, but also for the healing of the heretic himself. That is Metropolitan Philaret of New York. We have seen, this is his letter to Abbess Magdalena. We have seen the Holy Fathers equate obstinate schismatics with heretics. Consequently, it is not proper to coddle them, nor should there be any false peace with heretics. Now, that's just a selection, but there are many, many, many more. We read St. John Damascus. He says that, and even on the Orthodox faith, he says heretics are ignorant, moronic fools. He says they're stupid. Wait a minute. How could he call them stupid?
That's an insult, yeah.
And I immediately know when people have this attitude that they haven't really spent much time in the Church Fathers, because the Church Fathers all the time are savage with rhetoric against their opponents. And yet the false piety and the false, oh, I just want peace, and how dare he speak this way. So hopefully, like, that helps people understand the basics. Now, what about debate? Is debate bad? It's surprising to me that this still comes up. Proverbs 25:9 says, debate your case with your neighbor. Do not disclose the secret to another. In Acts 17, Paul, as was his custom, 17:2, went into the synagogues for 3 Sabbaths and debated with them from the scriptures. What do you think that means there? It says reason, the same word for debate. Acts 17:17, he reasoned in the synagogue, debated with the synagogues, in the synagogues with the Jews and the Gentiles, daily, debated daily. Oh, I thought debate was bad, though. There's actually a passage in Ezekiel that talks about debating too. Let me point that one out. Yeah, I'm aware of, God says to Isaiah, let us reason together. This is God debating, you could say, with Isaiah. There's also an interesting passage in Ezekiel that I never noticed until the last time I read Ezekiel that deals with debate too. This one is interesting. Okay, let's see. Ezekiel, it might be worded different in here because this is going to be using the Masoretic text. Let's see what it says. If it is, I'll read it from the Orthodox Study Bible. So this is when Ezekiel is given the scroll to eat, which is a type of the Eucharist, right? The written eating the word, which is a type of the Eucharist. I will fill your stomach with the scroll that I give you, and your words will be, my words will be in you.
What does
Son of
it?
man, go to the house of Israel, speak words to them. For you're not sent to people of unfamiliar speech, but to Israel. Not to people of unfamiliar speech whose words cannot understand. Surely I sent you, and they would listen to you, but the house of Israel will not listen, because they didn't listen to me. Moreover, son of man, receive into your heart.
So we need to go get coal and more copper.
And go to them and speak to them. And then the Spirit lifted me up, and he sees the wheels again. I'll read you what it says in the Septuagint. It says, oh, it's verse 7.
There's some coal.
Okay, I think it's worded different here. So, in the Septuagint it says, the house of Israel will be unwilling to listen to you because they are unwilling to listen to me. The house of Israel is argumentative and hard-hearted. Behold, I have made your face strong against their faces, and I will strengthen your case against their arguments. Your argument will be continually stronger than a rock. Do not be afraid of them, nor be dismayed by their faces, for they are a house of provocation. I have made your face strong against their face. So the Masoretic makes it face. The Septuagint, which is the Orthodox text, says, I will give you better arguments than their arguments. So God's basically saying, go debate them. Don't worry, you're going to own them. God said own in a debate? Somebody said God being an ortho bro. God is an ortho bro. Oh my gosh. And again, you got to read the Septuagint because it's a better phraseology here. Shout out to Cleve, welcome. We're talking about some hard subjects today, some tough subjects, but subjects that are actually everywhere in the scriptures. Yeah, I'm not kidding. You should read this. Here, let's see if we can make it to where you guys can see it. God is being an ortho bro. Uh-oh. Expose him. Expose him on the internet.
Get him.
Can you read what he says here? The house of Israel is argumentative and hard-hearted. I'm gonna give you better arguments. Your arguments will be stronger than a rock. Oh, I guess. Oh, we gotta tell the bishops. You gotta tell on God to the bishops and make the bishops rebuke God because he's being an ortho bro. Oh my gosh. Hyperventilate. Can we get God excommunicated?
Yeah, we need to excommunicate God. He's just being too argumentative. He's being an ortho bro.
It's just so weird
hilarious.
to have people act so petty and childish. It's just bizarre. So this is the thing, like people don't understand what humility is. They think humility is affectation and performance. That's not what humility is. Humility is an interior disposition, first of all, towards God. And God knows your heart. Secondly, humility is total submission to what's true. It's nothing to do, ultimately,
With yourself.
The tone of your voice and whether you speak with NPR voice. It's nothing to do with talking about publicly on Twitter how much you pray. It's nothing to do with praying for 20 minutes like Scam Shamu on a live stream in front of everyone.
nothing to do with any of that.
He's gonna get some heat for that. Oh, it's over.
Cleave.
Okay, take a little break. Okay, we kind of have enough coal. I'm not too worried about that. Nothing that way. Bro. No. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, that's a good point. If I go into a cave, they might just spawn a thing right on top of me. So I gotta be careful. God's being an ortho, bro. No. We're on the search for ores. Can't even get up there to get that pig, even if I wanted to. Just gonna assume there's probably nothing down there. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I saw a cow up here, let's get it. We'll head back. Submission to the truth, yes, that's a good way to phrase it. probably can't eat a rose. I would guess. I'm not sure, but my initial assumption would be that you probably can't eat a rose. But what would I know? So we have 6 ores. We need more. We had to go get coal, and we had to get a furnace. So when you actually think about it, the durability of the furnace is actually really good. Or the pickaxe is actually really good. Like, it's actually a very high quality. Weird. I don't know how I was able to break the crafting table if I didn't have any saturation. Not sure what happened there. So there, got a pickaxe. What else do we want? It's kind of it for now. Kind of want to just expand my house a little bit. Oh, we want a hoe. Probably, we can make a flint axe. But y'all do this. There. That'll be enough for now. It's not a ton of space, but it'll suffice. Take all that. Take my shards. Take all this. Give me an axe. That's what you like, I'll do it. What the hell? What the hell? No, it's not. No, it's not. Creepy. Nope, not okay. Alrighty, boys. So we're making really good progress. I'll do it. What the? No, it's not okay. No, it's not. You're evil. You're an evil person. I'll do it. Oh, 1 sec. Push my buttons, baby. What's the recipe for pumpkins? You can convert just pumpkins into seeds. Okay. I'll do it. I'll do it. Yes. No. Not rain. I hate rain. Stop breaking my heart. Alright. I need some of this. Don't let go. Don't let go into my love. See you cry. I can't face up those lies. Oh, baby, be my wife when I'm running to you. Ooh, you won't see me cry. From inside, my heart is in pain, but I'm smiling for you. Ooh. And Arrow, we don't really do that. Okay, but we want to make crops. So to make crops, we need water, right? So what I'm thinking is we dig trenches that go like this to take the water in. Bro. You see how far in it'll go. Maybe one more. Not quite. Okay, so this is what we have. And now pumpkins. Pumpkins are weird. Pumpkins grow. So this is going to be the optimal way to plant our pumpkins. Please don't see me cry inside. Oh, it gives you one bone meal, really? That's kind of lame. Inside. Wait, what? Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Bone meal does nothing. Hot mess. We need pumpkins. We need pumpkins. Song is kind of freaky, now that you actually think about it. Song a little bit freaky. A bit sussy. Kind of already went this way though. We're gonna go the other way. They're running out of food, which is a problem. It's not good. I don't know what I would need paper for. For what I'm about to do. What do? Super freaky. Oh. I mean, mushrooms are nice, but ooh, there we go. Alright, give me the shit. Ooh, yes. We're rich. We're rich, boys. Okay, we'll return home after this. I don't feel safe. Bro. I don't see anything, but... Okay, let me just pick up these and we'll go. Try not to be too greedy. Although I'm being kind of greedy. Yo, just, it's the endless copper vein. I'm so greedy. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so greedy. I am so greedy. It is definitely night. Give me that. We're up. Okay, fuck, we're up. Oh yeah, it is night. Fuck me. And we're off. Okay, no mobs spawn in the way. Perfect. Bro. I gotta revamp this door. This is not a good door. I'll probably just make it a ladder. Yeah, why don't I just make a ladder? Whew. We're rich. We're rich. Rich as fuck, boy. We'll go. Yeah, I swear once you have more XP, it's faster. I think it is. I think it is. I think I'm not crazy. What does the worm do? Can I put the worm in the soil? Will he, like, agitate the soil? No, we'll go. I don't even like this music. I don't like any of this. This is not that bad. I guess we'll use the club first. I don't know what the thing does. And what does bone meal do? It won't let me bone meal the crop. 2 ladders. Okay. Which I guess that's all I need. Nice mold. Alright, is it daytime? It's gotta be. Is it? Alright. I don't know what this does. I don't know what you do. Okay. We're gonna try to get seeds. Oh, there's one. Yeah, I'm running out of food really fast. Discretion. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yo, the Warband song. It's a crazy next song. Yeah, so what the fuck is Bone Meal? I'd have to read up. I don't actually know what the fuck worms are for. I don't know. And maybe it does something. I don't know. Can't say. Whatever. Whatever, Mom. Yeah, we are desperately low on food. Ooh, military-industrial complex.
And I'm doing it for my daughter.
Oh, no, we're not hungry.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about Tucker more?
Oh yeah, it was cool.
Let's talk about that. Tucker Carlson calls you up. He bangs your line. He says,
He called me saying, "It's crazy, man. I've been watching all this stuff." No, I hit him up.
and he was like, "Come on up."
Yeah.
And you went up there,
hmm
and you went out to dinner with him.
We had dinner at his at the same place we shot the podcast. His studio is. He shoots the podcast at the dining room table.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you have for dinner?
He had a chef come by. There was steak and rice and sort of just main cooking, home cooked type style
Mm-hmm.
swag.
Mm-hmm. Was he
But
suited?
it was great.
Yeah. Well, did you have a? Was he
You know,
casual?
he was preppy.
Yeah.
Preppy casual, main casual. Actually, I can't remember what he wore during the interview. It's probably one of those checked shirts,
Yeah.
though.
So he wants to interview you.
He interviewed me.
Yeah.
I reached out to him, though. It was not the other way around. I hit him up.
Interview me. Ask me a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, ask me.
That's what I said to him.
3 margaritas, please.
I said, "Hey, can you interview me real quick?"
Do you have any alcohol? I'm drinking.
What did you wear?
I wore the Scuffed Realtor shirt. John Stupid 2.
Nice.
I gave Nick the best plug that I could give
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
for Scuffed Realtor, and I did not wear a hat. which may have been a mistake. My hair is thinning.
No, it's not.
I gotta get on that. I'll start taking drugs for that.
Go to Turkey, my friend. You could go to Turkey.
Let's get some extensions, some Chris extensions.
I'll go
in
to
there.
Turkey to that super hospital where you go. You ever see that?
Hair by
I
Istanbul.
saw that, yeah.
The Turkey hospital where you go and get like your cancer screen, your blood work, your lip injections, your hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the nicest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, so you're out there.
Mm-hmm.
You stayed up with him, and good guy.
He's worked in media his whole life, and I suspect that he's a really good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Maine, and he chose Maine.
And a Mainer now, and a family man. And I liked him a lot.
Kamala Harris's slogan.
I'm sexy.
she is sexy.
She is sexy.
You think she's sexy?
I think I would not. I have no interest in it.
Did you hit it?
No.
Come on.
No.
Probably be pretty good.
I mean, I was talking to Tucker
She's
about
like 50.
this topic. I was talking to Tucker Carlson about this.
Yes.
It's not my flavor, but listen. You look at this woman, and we were talking about just how the fake sort of the mask and the fake nicety and sort of what a freak show she is. And listen, I'm sure that carries over sexually as well. Like you probably are not seeing the real woman when you have sex with her, but there have to have been a few times when this lady fucked where she, in a moment of a lapse of conscience. Can you look up lapse of conscience? Is that what it is? Lapse of, maybe just type lapse of and then hit search and see what comes up. Not judgment, lapse of consciousness? Lapse of consciousness. What's this right here? Palmer Luckey?
Have you seen this guy?
Who, Palmer Luckey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who he is?
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Isn't he a Facebook, one of the Facebook founders or whatever?
Son of a.
I don't know.
I figured I'd be shocking.
He's hot right now. He's doing something.
Yeah.
What is he
One
up
of the
to?
most important companies in the U.S. right now, and he just put out an incredible recruiting video. This is Palmer Luckey, and he runs Anduril, a defense company that makes weapons that use AI. But he's building this company a little bit differently than other defense companies out there. The stuff they build is funded with private
Using
money,
bombs.
not taxpayer money.
Oh.
And here's his recruiting pitch.
The way that you poach people from big tech companies is to tell them that their career is meaningless and that they're wasting their lives on something that doesn't matter.
And to make all that happen, they put out this commercial to attract top-tier talent while weeding out the people who just wouldn't be a fit. It pokes fun at all the luxuries of big tech like napping pods, work from home, and short hours, while having a video style that's similar to one of the scenes in Ocean's 11. This commercial is worth the watch, and Palmer also had an amazing interview on the Sean Ryan Show recently. I recommend checking that out too.
Let's watch the video. Look up Anduril recruiting video. Let's see what he's all about here.
I thought this was, well, first of all, that guy looks like the guy that was just in that Kung Fu video.
Looks like a Bobby Moynihan character.
Yeah.
He's got like a weird, I mean, that's a crazy look.
Who's the guy?
Kyle Mooney?
No, the funniest guy, the K-Swiss guy, Danny McBride.
Yeah.
It's like a Danny McBride character.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah.
I was thinking a Bobby Moynihan character in a Danny McBride.
Like, he's asking Danny McBride, like, what's up?
Yeah.
Like one of the on a beach resort. He's the owner of the Cabana Resort.
I've been at Anduril for, what, 3 months now? It's not the typical tech job I was expecting. My last 9 to 5 was more like an 11 to 3, and I was working remote. Here, you come into the office every day, and they have you doing actual work. Where are the nap pods? And everyone's going on about the mission. It's like they're literally obsessed with America. But I'm pretty sure this coffee's Italian. The founder guy, the one who's always in the Hawaiian shirts, He's like always around.
Subterranean tunnels are bunkers. It's about using the entire crust of the Earth as a three-dimensional battle space. A new warfighting dimension.
It's really hard to make it.
He's giving away the secret.
For an e-bike industry because Dive LD so hard to is differentiate the yourself. smallest submarine that we make. It dives to a depth of about 6,000 meters, totally autonomously, gets you to the bottom of about any part of any ocean.
They said I'd get to travel for work. Not exactly business class. I thought I'd be on my laptop at the hotel pool. Now, I'm just surrounded by all these robots.
It's a metal storm. It shoots him. Yeah,
They
2
actually
million
expect
times.
us to test our products in the field. I'm more of an indoor guy myself. Sometimes I wonder, how did I get here? I'd rather just be sitting at my desk.
Hey, can you help us with something really quick?
Where's the
It's
fucking
called the
song?
dive low.
Yeah, don't work in Andrew.
That's a pretty effective recruiting video. I don't want to glaze the defense industry. Go to the very beginning when it shows the title frame there. And skip ahead. Skip ahead again. Pause right here. Just that upper left corner, the Anduril Industries in the established 2017. That's kind of how you can tell these. They're the first clue that they have attention to detail. But that's an effective recruiting video.
watermarks and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's the sort of stuff that if you're a designer, you wouldn't put that there unless you like are paying attention
about
and
it.
care about it. Yeah. Anyway,
Did this guy go like this? Is this how that got started? What's an industry that no one's thinking about where you don't think there's like entry to, and it's like defense contracting. Like was he watching that Jonah Hill movie where they go buy guns and then he was like, that could be me?
Yeah, he was.
Really? Okay.
Probably.
Like I don't know how we start having like you could torture that kid so quickly. Like
Yeah,
a
like-
Russian guy could be like, how about I grab you by the foot and then drag you for 10 feet before you like, it's in the basement! 4365! You know what I mean? Isn't it like, I don't know.
Why is there a tech bro that's doing
Making
defense?
missiles? Like, and then this one, we drop into a village and it slaughters children.
Mm-hmm.
See, the shrapnel here, your average shrapnel is usually made of some sort of synthetic powder, all right? And then upon release, it's able to penetrate walls. This is actually made of thinner shards of metal, so it's able to slice the skin.
Optimal pain.
Yeah.
We're optimizing pain.
See, what our soldiers tell us on the field of battle is the victims die, we want them to die slowly.
Well, I mean, what is it? Is it fifth? Is the next war going to be 5th generation warfare? Look up ChatGPT. If a war breaks out in 10 years between drones, is that considered 5th generation warfare or what? Question mark.
Oh,
but it's just gonna be drones versus drones.
Yeah,
which would
that makes sense.
Nuts if that ever happened.
Is everybody just done with biological warfare?
I think if in the future if a war broke out, there wouldn't be really a biological component. If it was like I mean, at least not for the first
Isn't
part.
that the easiest way to go to war, though?
Nuts.
I'd be like, yo, dude.
You're just RC car racing to see.
Oh, you tough as shit.
Fuck, this guy's good.
The thing that they talked about was
motors here.
The scary thing is that you would send your drones in, but you would lose contact with your drones because the opposing force would be able to jam the signal.
Mhm.
So you would have to have drones that are autonomous.
That can go into like savior mode.
That can go into killing stuff mode.
Okay.
And that's the way
have to kill the right stuff.
that is the way that they're building them. That's the way they have to be built. They have to be able to go in and
do their own stuff.
And do their own stuff. Like
Huh.
choose what to kill without any type of
Building the
communication.
perfect soldiers.
Now show future islands, and you tell me who's.
I mean,
Yo! Can I have emails? Like I remember, I talked to the guy on the right.
We listen to this music for hours and hours and hours.
I'll check out their new albums every time they put something out.
Yeah, it's good music.
Caesar Shark, their first album, the black one, was dope. And it was like Baltimore crunchy. Like the reason why Vice really took off was it was like we got something to skewer here, but like it came from like these Baltimore, Philly, and like New York, well, like the start of the Brooklyn hipster. Like, come on, let's be honest. Let's be crystal clear here. Let's not RISD level.
You guys were definitely first.
Well, now he's getting into it. Just play another 5 minutes of this.
Play another.
He eats. He does a thing where he like grabs a fruit.
Yeah.
And eats it.
Grabbing fruit off the tree right now. He's grabbing those.
Here we go.
plums.
He's coming.
He's grabbing the apricots.
That's wild.
Wait.
He does a thing with his voice too. Yeah.
Hit that eye movement, that eye expression, the facial expression, facial contortion.
This guy's badass.
I'll
This is
take him.
awesome. Fuck it.
His
This is
name's
awesome.
Sam. Yeah,
This is awesome.
I'll let it.
I don't care.
The thing
Come on,
is,
Chris.
the thing is,
He's got passion.
he's doing it honestly.
He's doing
Yeah.
something. First of all,
I don't think this is entirely performative.
I don't think
It's-
it is either.
It's cathartic for him.
Yeah.
And I think to get to that place on stage is impressive.
Yeah.
The amount of like self-conscious people that get up on that stage and they're just gonna like do a little two-step.
Yeah.
You know, I think this
and
is
fakers too. He's not. I don't think he's faking it. It's
No.
just crazy to see a human being doing that. But
it is.
That's culture, I guess.
Yeah. People change.
It's
Such a dead 1-to-1.
Never do.
The only way to do it better is to do sleight of hand, so you're actually getting fruits as you're
Hell yeah.
doing the performance.
Doing card tricks on the stage. That's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna get some food, go for a walk, get some sunlight.
Americans lose. I mean, let's say this.
Shut up, Jew. All right, we'll be back soon to continue. See everybody later.